we do that, okay, the value to them. Then you go to the customer folder, okay? Your customer folder, I've already kind of took you guys aside, some of you, and what it should look like. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's a new or used car, right? You get a folder, right? You staple their customer page on the front, okay? You can print it right off a Compass, okay? Any notes that you may have for them can go on the front, okay? And I know when I was selling cars, I could have 2, 3 customers at one time. It was crazy. I wouldn't necessarily remember customers' names. I'm horrible with names. So if I had this folder, boom, as I'm walking to the client, because the receptionist called me, Mr. Morgan. Okay, perfect. So when I walk up there, I can confidently say, hey, Mr. Morgan, thank you very much for coming in. It's great to finally meet you, and yada, 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 okay? Also, let's say you have 2, 3 customers at the same process. You had one scheduled here, and one scheduled here, and one showed up late, and one showed up early, and you're like, holy crap, what do I do? You have a folder ready to go, right? So it's an easy pass off, like, oh crap, I'm in the weeds. And you see Mikkel, come here, man. Hey, I got this customer, can I introduce you real quick? Da 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 da, here's the notes, you hand it to Mikkel. Mikkel can be reading this folder before he even goes to that client, and you already have a good idea of what's about to happen, okay? And if you guys all do this the same way, it's called a process, right? You have a car staged, it makes life so much easier on you, trust me, okay? So not only for yourself, but if you do need to pass it off, then you have the next advisor ready to go, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the customer folder, right, if it's a used car, you're gonna put a Carfax in there, right? You're gonna have a worry-free folder in there, okay? Another thing that I like to do is do a first pass menu, especially on a used car, right? Even on a new car. You can do our internet pricing if they're an internet client, or our first pass on a new car. But as far as the used car, you can have a menu all ready to go. So you come back from your test drive, you see yourself driving this vehicle for the next 3 to 5 years. Yes, I do. Fantastic. I already got a sales menu created for you. Let's come on in, let's sit down, let's talk about it, right? It's already there. You have to wait for us schmoes, doing multiple different tasks. And it's already there. You're ready to go, right? Simple and easy. Okay? Carfax is here. You have the worry-free folder. You go over those things with them. I mean, that stuff's all crucial. Personally, when I walk out to the car where I have it staged, I'm already passing this stuff out to the customer. Hey, by the way, here's the MSRP of that vehicle so you can see what's on the car. Used car, here's the worry-free folder, this is the tech report, this is what we did, here's your Carfax with full disclosure, boom, 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 okay? I go to the car, right? So MSRP, customer notes, okay? The needs analysis. What I like to do on these is the needs analysis right here, because like I could write whatever I want, but right here I wrote, customer stated they took trade to CarMax. So what do I know? They went to CarMax, that's something I need to tell my manager about because I'm gonna try and get that CarMax guaranteed offer form when I submit it to CAD, right? So there's no back and forth, we can just do it up front, we take a picture of it with the rest of the pictures of the car, and they know immediately, okay? So that's a smart way to do. Positioning the car. When you go out to position the car, sometimes in the front, guys, it gets really crowded. And you guys just got to be intelligent about it. Where are you going to put it? Well, you want to put it somewhere where it's out in the open, it's not in line of traffic, you're not, stopping or blocking vehicles in. If it's raining, and a great place would be an overhang, whatever. It could be in detail. Who cares? You know what I mean? But just make sure it makes sense for that client, okay? When you go out to the car, do a walk around the vehicle, right? Check for dings, dents, scratches, maybe a nail in the tire or something like that, maybe a crack in the windshield, okay? So that when you get out there with the customer, you already know about it and you're ready to overcome it, right? If you go out there just cold turkey and you didn't know something was wrong with the vehicle, you get caught off guard, customer asks you a question, and you just, you know what I mean, you lose it. Now, if I know there's a scratch on the vehicle, I'll be walking around that car, and I'll touch it, especially if I know it's something I can fix, it's part of my vendor pack. I'll touch it like, oh, it looks like they missed one here, but hey, no worries. It's part of our pack, and that'll get taken care of, no problems, let's move on, right? You headed it off, there's no issues. Same thing with Carfax, guys. That's another good reason to get a Carfax out front, to get ahead of it. Because if you know there's a bad Carfax, you might as well start now before you spend 30, 45 minutes of your life you're never going to get back again if you can't even simply overcome a Carfax, right? Get ahead of it. Don't hide from it. Attack it head on, okay? All right. So inside the car, open the doors, turn the car on, especially on used cars. Even new cars, guys, that battery might be dead. Start that car, make sure it drives. If it's one of our trucks, it's been on the lot for 300 freaking days, don't you think it's a good idea to maybe just drive it around the block real quick, see if you got any flat spots on the tires, right? These are all things that we can overcome, but you